Yo, what's cracking everyone? Ericship 111 here, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit special. Now, throughout the 11 years of the Forza series, well over 1,000 unique cars have appeared. Whether these cars were in the series for one title or every single game, it's safe to say, looking at the entire catalogue of vehicles that has been featured, the diverse selection has been remarkable. The reason why I say today's video is special is because we are diving deep into the history of every Forza title to showcase 10 rare cars you never knew existed in both the Forza Motorsport and Horizon series. Starting off with number 1, the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6 Tommi Mäkinen edition. For the longest time in the Forza franchise, we have predominantly seen 4 out of the 10 Lancer Evos. The Evo 6, 8, 9, and of course 10. Now, I'm not saying that there is a problem with that, but since the last Evo was made in 2008, I kinda do wish Forza would bring more Evos into the game, even though they aren't technically new anymore. But in the early days of Forza, the Evo 6 Tommi Mäkinen edition, or some may call it the Evo 6.5, appeared in both the original and Motorsport 2 title, which I honestly did not even remember myself, with this Evo being built in limited numbers, in a sense similar to the Subaru Impreza WRX 22B. This was to celebrate Tommi Mäkinen's 4th World Rally Championship, and if we are talking reality, this is the most highly sought after Evo there is, and certainly a hidden gem in the world of Forza. Number 2, the Toyota Camry Solara. Yes, that's correct, a playable Toyota Camry was once featured in a Forza title. Unfortunately, if you want to get your hands on it, you must own the very first Motorsport game and also an original Xbox. Honestly, I like the idea of common everyday cars in a game like Forza because for many, including myself, we like to experience something we most likely have in our garages, whether we own it or our parents do, and seeing that translate into a video game can be extremely relatable. Yeah, sure, it may not be the fastest car in the game, but those first modifications you put on when you earn a bit of credits after winning some races can be a small simulation of what you may potentially put on your parents' car when you begin to drive. Number 3, the Hyundai HKS Genesis Coupe. Only appearing in Forza Motorsport 3, this was also the only pre-tuned road-going Hyundai Genesis that has ever been in a Forza franchise, which makes this car unique and very cool. Part of a special free Hyundai DLC car pack back in 2009, this HKS Genesis is similar to the standards of a Mainz Skyline R34 GTR or a Mainz Evolution 6. Highly modified, producing 440 brake horsepower, nearly 140 more than its stock standard brother. It's quick, and with an aesthetically pleasing aftermarket body kit, which hasn't aged a single day. I honestly believe this was the Toyota 86 before the 86 was even released. It's just unfortunate that because it is a Hyundai and it is a South Korean built car, the Genesis was ignored by many. Did I mention that this also makes a great drift car? Number 4, the Ferrari 458 Challenge. Now I know some of you may be thinking, hang on, isn't it just the Ferrari 458 Speciale? And the answer is no. It's actually quite a different car. Only ever appearing in Forza Motorsport 4, the 458 Challenge is a proper built race car ready to participate in the Ferrari Challenge series. Much like the Ferrari F350 Challenge, which I spoke about a couple of videos back, this is the real deal rolling out of factory. Modifications such as thinner body panels, polycarbonate windshields, more carbon fiber, upon many other modifications to make it safe for racing. Sure, it's not going to be as extreme as a GT2 or a GT3 racing car, but it's enough to make these cars not road legal at all. Number 5, the Pagani Zonda C12. For many old school Forza players, you will certainly know about the C12. However, this particular Pagani, I'm speaking more towards the newer fans who have only played the franchise on the Xbox One. This was the very first car Pagani ever made. As you can see, in the span of 2 decades, the core characteristics and shape of the Zonda still remains. So you might be wondering, how much power did this Zonda make back in 1999? Well, it wasn't that much when you compare it in today's standards, as it was only pushing 394 brake horsepower from a 6-litre naturally aspirated V12 provided by AMG. Unfortunately, in the newer Forza titles, the C12 has been missing, which is a bit odd because it was featured from the original Motorsport through to Motorsport 4, and it was a car adored by many. Will we ever see it return in the future? It's highly unlikely. Number 6, the Tesla Roadster Sport. Before we get excited, no, it's not this Tesla Roadster that you see on the screen, but it's this one here, a much older 2011 model. Only featured in Forza Motorsport 4, this at the time was essentially the only true electric sports car to ever exist. Unfortunately, not many people paid attention to Tesla at this time, as petrol-powered cars still had more room for improvement. For many, including myself, I don't know how entertaining it would really be to have electric cars in a racing game, silently racing through a track with limited range. I just don't know. Eventually, all cars will become electric and petrol cars will be a thing of the past. But I just can't imagine Forza Motorsport 27 with an all-electric car list could be any fun. But with that said, I don't know why this Tesla Roadster Sport never returned, even when Tesla was still featured in the games. Number 7, the Dodge Quinton Rampage Jackson Challenger SRT8. Here's a very unique car, and I believe it's a first and last ever in the franchise, and I'm not just talking about the car's appearance, which was only featured in Forza Motorsport 4, but I'm unsure whether this was a special limited edition like the Tommy Mäkinen Evolution from earlier, or it was his personal vehicle, in which Turn 10 went out to seek and model. Now, for those of you guys who are wondering who is Quinton Rampage Jackson, he is a mixed martial artist that has competed at the highest level, but I don't know about the wheels, they look a little bit too big, and honestly, if Turn 10 was to ever use this idea again of bringing in celebrity vehicles, why not YouTubers? Particularly in the car community or Forza community, I have always imagined a YouTuber's car pack as a DLC. It would be awesome to be driving some of your favorite YouTuber's car, and let's face it, the crossover between an MMA fan and a Forza player, it's very slim, whereas your favorite Forza YouTubers to a Forza player or your favorite car YouTuber, it's basically one big community. Sorry, I guess I kind of went off topic here, but it's a special challenger, that's for sure. Number 8, the Spyker Aileron. Another unique car that has only appeared in Forza Motorsport 4, as I imagine it wasn't the most popular car in the game, which is probably why it has never returned, but that hasn't stopped Turn 10 or Playground Games to adding more cars that no one will drive. At least with this, there's a supercar element to it. It's mid-engine, rear-wheel drive, with a decent 400 brake horsepower at its disposal from a 4.2 litre naturally aspirated V8. Personally, I quite like the shape of the vehicle, as it's elegant yet sporty, which is quite hard to achieve, and looking at their design philosophy, Spyker wanted to create a timeless, contemporary, but classic feel to this car, which they have certainly achieved. Number 9, the Dodge Stealth Turbo. Why does this car look so familiar? It's a Dodge, but it looks very Japanese. Oh, that's right, it's basically a Mitsubishi GTO or a 3000 GT. Now, during the time of 1996, Dodge and Mitsubishi had a partnership, and Mitsubishi offered their GTO to Dodge to also run as a pace car for the Indy 500. Unfortunately, the Americans weren't too pleased with this, as they just could not overlook the fact that the Stealth was a Japanese car. As a smaller sibling of the Dodge Viper in their lineup, it's hard to argue that the Viper was actually better than the Stealth in terms of performance. It was producing 320 brake horsepower from an all-wheel drive drivetrain, and it was very good around corners. If the Americans could have overlooked that, this might have been a very popular Dodge. To me, I think it looks very cool. Certainly a car I would not expect in the Forza franchise. And number 10, the Toyota Corolla DX. Alright, I know I'm cheating a little bit using some mods here and there, but I don't care. This is an everyday car used as a traffic car in the original Forza Horizon. Certainly one of the most popular everyday cars ever. I wish it was featured in at least one more Forza title as a playable vehicle, so we're able to see the cockpit view and everything. Oh well, at least you can still drive it with a little bit of magic. Hopefully you all enjoyed this car list. I have done many more on my channel, so please check them out. What other cars have I missed? Place them down in the comment section below. I do read them. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to smash the thumbs up button. That would really help me out. And lastly, if you guys would like to see more Forza Horizon 4 videos right here on this channel, make sure to click the subscribe button with notifications turned on. That way you won't ever miss out on another video that goes live, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.